Hey guys, welcome to Tech Pro HQ. On this video, we are going to create a template from a VM we created in another video. If you want to know how to install Windows Server 2022, go ahead and check out this video here, and it's also in the description or on the channel. But let's get started. We're going to dive right in and we're going to create a template from a VM. So we'll go back to our golden image that we created in the other video. I'm going to show you how to power it on. If you need to, you would go here to power it on. Before you do this, you'd want to console in and just make sure your partitions are in the correct order. I would recommend putting your Windows partition at the end because at some point your VM will run out of space and you're going to want to expand it. This helps with that process. If you are unaware of how to do that, there are a few gotchas. Go ahead and watch that other video. So head over to computer management. Once you log in, hit disk management, and you'll see here we have the healthy partition recovery in the front, EFI, which is the boot partition, and then Windows. So that's how we want it. So when we expand it, Windows can continue expanding. There was an issue where Server 2022 had the recovery at the end. And then the other thing I'd like to do is just make sure remote desktop is enabled. This allows us to get into this once it gets online without having to go through the console in Nutanix, which works pretty great, but it's not as good. So go ahead and grab your IP address and test it out. And once you're logged in and test out, you should be good to go. Use your local password. If you're on a domain, just use the / so you can not apply the domain to the login. Accept the certificate, and we're in. Perfect. Okay, we're going to disconnect. Go back here. Log back in one more time. Close this. And let's going to go to the command prompt, and we're going to do sysprep. So what sysprep does is it allows us to put the computer in a prepared state that will not have an ID assigned to it, and that will also allow us to do a guided sysprep to apply an administrative passcode when we're doing a VM deployment from the template. And I'll explain it as I go through it. But you browse over to Windows in the command prompt, Windows System 32 sysprep, and then run sysprep.exe. We're going to do out of the box experience, generalize it, and shut down. It has to be shut down because if it turns back on, it will be assigned an ID and the passcode. So you go ahead and shut this down. Sysprep will take a little while to run, and it should shut down completely. And now we go back into the GUI of Nutanix. So create a VM template. And we're going to take our golden image. I'm going to name it the same thing. We're going to put sysprep since we sysprepped it. We're going to do a guided one. You can do custom if you want, but that's outside of this video tutorial. Then we're going to go ahead and give it a passcode, and at the bottom we're going to allow users to override the VM deployment. This will allow them to put their own password when they deploy from this template. Hit next, and now we should be good to go. Now we're going to go into the VMs and create a VM from this template. So there's the golden image. We're going to hit begin, and then here you'll see that you're able to give it a name, change the administrative username and passcode, and give it a host name. If you wanted to change the RAM or disk stuff, you would go to advanced, and you can change more options in there. So we're going to put administrator. I'm going to do a different password to test it to make sure sysprep worked. Then we'll hit next. Here's a review of what's going to happen. There's one disk, the network it's on, and the other information. So now you can search for it. Here it is. And now we can power it on and test that it worked. So I put a different password in than the password that I created from the template from, just to make sure that the sysprep worked. And Hit next. And now we can log in. Let me try this passcode. And it worked. And just to show you guys that it did it correctly with the template, let's go to computer management and check the partitions. And there you go. They're in the right order. That's pretty much how you can create a template from a VM. So that's the end of this video. It's quick and short. If you found this useful and you like this content, if you want to see any more tech videos that we do, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we will see you on the next one.